I think it's time to say goodbye to Volvo's EX30, at least from my hand, or my point of view. Yes, it's time to deliver it back. In just 1 hour, I have to deliver this back to Volvo Car Norway because this is a press car that I've had for this week. Today is Sunday, the 16th of June. I've had it since Monday. Took a trip down south to visit Volvo's factory in Torslanda on Thursday and Friday, but more on that, you've probably seen it already or will see it on my YouTube channel. So it's going to be goodbye, but it's also, I think it's also going to be goodbye in another way, because I have been really back and forward with the EX30. Do I love it? Do I hate it? Do I love it enough to actually purchase one? Or is the hate side too much to handle for me that I won't be ordering an EX30? Because Volvo have an upcoming version of the EX30 that I'm really stoked about, the EX30 Cross Country. But do I love it enough to actually purchase one, even if I love the exterior design? Well, that was my mission for this EX30 2.0 test drive. So this is going to be my good, bad and ugly with Volvo's EX30 Part 2. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Volvo Christian, and welcome to goodbye for the EX30. I hope you will enjoy this video. Unscripted, but I have some things I want to talk about. Because this is actually the second time or second period I'm testing Volvo's EX30. I've had it before. I had the Vapor Grey single motor extended range. I had that for about 2 weeks. And then I had a matte yellow twin performance for 1 week. Back in, I think it was in March. I have a long playlist on my YouTube channel with all the videos from that test event. And now I had to give it a second go. Hope I don't get hit by any seagulls. I had to give it a second go. So this is EX30 Part 2 for me. Because I ended with that there was a lot of things to love with the EX30, but also a lot of things I don't like with the EX30. And I thought, okay, I had to wait for a while and then give it a new go. So in this round, I've driven it about 1,000 kilometers, including a trip down to Volvo's factory in Gothenburg. And yeah, in this video, we're going to do the good, bad and ugly. My final words on Volvo's EX30. Obviously, we're going to start with the good, because there's so many good elements that is really drawing me to it. And I have to say, in this configuration here, crystal white, crystal white ultra with 20-inch alloys, I think it looks absolutely wicked. So exterior design, definitely one of the biggest attractions for me. It's a tiny little thing, but it's a cute little thing, and also a tough little urban thing. Well, we have a train passing us. So exterior design have always been an attraction for me with Volvo's EX30. It looks good for this kind of sized car. I think they nailed the exterior design, definitely. And then we come to the driving experience. That is something I experienced both on my single motor extended range and also the twin version, and also when I attended the big winter drive with Volvo cars up in Luleå in Sweden, where we got to drive on ice lake. So the driving experience, that is something I have gotten to love as I have driven it. And even now, I really enjoy myself driving the EX30. And also this is a single motor extended range, only 272 horsepower. But highway driving south and up again here to Oslo, so nice, even at high speeds. And if you want to do an overtake situation, more than enough, more than sufficient enough power figures for this one. Yes, I prefer an all-wheel drive setup, but that is primarily because of the winter season, not for the power figures. But this, yeah, so driving experience, always been, or not always, it has really been a thing that I have gotten to love with Volvo's EX30. So if you haven't driven one yourself, highly recommend it. It's so damn good to drive. And then we come to the package it delivers. Being such a small car, it has so many elements that are hard to find in competitive cars. such as you can get it with all-wheel drive. That is something that's important for me, and it's good that Volvo didn't just offer it with rear-wheel drive, but you can also get an all-wheel drive configuration. And then we come to the capabilities in this package deal that Volvo's EX30 delivers. You can get it with a tow bar. You can tow up to 1,600 kilos if you have the twin version. Since this is the single motor extended range, that is 1,400 kilos. But the package you get are the capabilities it offers. All-wheel drive, good ground clearance, towing capability. You can have a roof box. For such a small car, it has so much to offer. And also the low starting price. So overall as a package, that is just, these three elements: exterior design, driving dynamics, driving experience, and also the package deal. That is so high on my list, and those three should be enough to just pull the trigger and just sign my name on a contract. And maybe it is for you. But in the next sequence now, we're now going to talk about the bad and the ugly. And now we come to the bad things, and that is also a reason why I think it's time to say goodbye to the EX30. Because now I have driven almost 5,000 kilometers with the EX30. 4,000 in those two previous press cars, and almost 1,000 kilometers in this press car this week. So I have 5,000 kilometers with the EX30. And I have also driven and owned, driven all other Volvos and own 10. I'm on my 11th Volvo now. And I don't think, for me as a Volvo enthusiast, this just doesn't cut it for me. Sad to say it, because there's so many attributes with the EX30 that I love, but I'm now going to mention some of the things that are really annoying me the most. And just remember that this is just my personal opinions. If these things doesn't bother you on a day-to-day basis, then definitely this is the great package. I've talked to so many that can relate to some of the elements, but for them, the good things outweigh the bad. There's so many people buying it and still they are complaining on like one or two things, but there's more good elements than there's bad. So they just accept it, they just deal with it, they just accept it, like the no driver display. Yes, people would have wanted it, but they accept it. This is what they get because there's so many other good things. But for me, I think the bad things outweigh the good, and that's why I think it's time to say goodbye. I have to bring my trusted notebook again from standby, so I don't forget anything. I made some notes that I have it nearby in case my brain shuts off. But the thing I am struggling with are the interaction with the screen. Everything works fine with the exterior and anything, you place it behind, you're driving, you're enjoying yourself, but then you have to interact with the screen. And that's where everything falls apart from my hand. The interaction. Just a simple thing as just changing your lights. Usually you're running automatic lights as this seagull are approaching rapidly. Usually I'm running, just waiting for the train. The seagulls here in Norway are pretty crazy now because they have a lot of newborns, or what are they? I'm not sure what they call a baby seagull, but they get pretty aggressive. But either way, just changing your lights. Usually you're running automatic on your settings. But then when I was driving home late at night, I wanted to change to the high beam. But you couldn't do it in that setting because we had some street lights going on. So you have to go into the center screen, and there's 5 presses. First the car, then your light, and then you have to select that another mode on your light settings, and then you have to confirm that thing on the steering wheel. I don't understand why you have to confirm it. You have already pressed three times. I think you have decided you want to change your lights, but just to get on your high beams. It just small things like that are just pissing me off. It would be better if Volvo just remove the gear selector stock or the functionality into the screen, such as Tesla Model 3. So you can have to change gear on the screen and then move all your wiper action on your right stalk, and then you have all your light settings with your, you can change your light settings on your left stalk, such as every other Volvo. This, when they when they move the gear options on your right stalk, they had to have the left stalk for 2 operations, both lights and your wiper. So it's a compromise because you can't get everything there and you have to put something into the screen. And also, such as changing the rain sensitivity. It's not so many clicks you have to do, but there's a car icon and then yeah, that indication for sensitivity, and then you press it. But either way, you have to interact with the screen for just a small thing. So that was the changing lights, and then also the rain sensitivity. And that is also when you're driving and using adaptive cruise control. If you want to change the speed or the distance you have into the car in front of you, because on a highway maybe you want this speed, but on a country road maybe you want another, not another speed. I was just bummed out by that seagull approaching. Maybe you want one distance on highway where the speed is high, so maybe you want a longer distance. But then maybe city driving, country roads, you want a shorter distance. You have to again go into the screens just to adjust the distance to the car in front. And also when you have changing conditions like rain, evenings, or maybe winter times, so you want to change the directions from time to time. Well, you have to go into the screen every single time. Just pisses me off. And then lastly, adjusting your mirrors. Again, small things that we had on the door cards or the door panel, just adjusting your mirrors. Also when you are backing up into a parking space. At work I have to back up into a fence or like a wall, and I want to get close to that one without scratching the alloys for the little curb. So on my all other Volvos I just press the right or the left while I'm in reverse, and the car will automatically tilt down the mirror. So you can easily see the curb and see how close you are. But no, that's not good enough in the EX30. Once again, you have to interact with the screen. I'm not sure how many presses. It's like the car icon, the mirrors, and then select right or left and then adjust it on the steering wheel. It's such a hassle. Why do it have to be such a hassle? Just adjust the stupid mirrors. Pisses me off. And the last thing I have on my list are the driver alert. The driver alert monitoring system. This eye tracking box you have just on the column for the steering wheel is, I'm not sure how to criticize it, because I know it has to be there, but I think it's way too aggressive. I think Volvo needs to do something with the sensitivity and how it alerts you, because now it's also quite a hassle to taking it off. You have to go through several steps and layers in the menu just to turn off this eye tracking, because it's way too aggressive in my hand. Driving into a roundabout, you're just looking, or in an intersection, just looking to the sides while maybe your tires or your wheels are rolling really slow, but you are driving and you're just looking to the side and just stay focused on your driving. So what the fuck? What do you think I'm doing? I'm focused on the driving and the traffic picture, and looking to the sides. I think it's way too aggressive. And a funny little thing, a Swedish company, I'm going to overlay a picture of that. A Swedish company has actually designed a little plastic thing that you can glue on stock of this steering wheel column, just to block that driver alert monitoring, the eye tracking sensor. And apparently, I saw in a Facebook group, apparently that distance works without the driver alert system saying that it's blocked. I have tried several times to block that thing, but then you get this notification that this thing are blocked. But apparently, with this black little plastic cover, you don't get that alert. And some may say that that is illegal, but it's not illegal at all, because you can turn off the system. The only thing you're doing you're just avoiding, or you're just sparing yourself of the time to do that every single drive. So it's not illegal. And other people may say, why is that so you can do something else or speaking in your phone? No, it's just so you avoid getting bugged when you are focused on your traffic picture that is all around the car. So yeah, that is a funny little thing. If I would have purchased a EX30, that would be high on my list, or top of my list. The first extra option, just get that plastic piece and cover it. They also have a piece you can cover over the Harman Kardon logo, because that's a little imitation of a head-up display in the windshield. And these elements here, for me, this is just the top of the cheesecake or the ice cake or the iceberg or something. There's so many elements and they all evolve or revolve around the interaction I have with the screen. For me, that takes away too much from the good things. And they annoy me so much in the day-to-day that for me, I have to say goodbye to the EX30. This isn't for me. It is an awesome car, and maybe it appeals to like 70% of customers in this segment, but I'm not one of them. I'm not sure if I'm going to say is something wrong with the car or something wrong with me. Maybe it's a combination. I don't know. This is, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to put it, but test it out yourself and you see for yourself if you get annoyed and if there's more good things than bad things. And then we will end with the ugly part. The ugly part of Volvo's EX30 2.0 or part 2. I'm not sure how to phrase myself here, but the competition are getting tougher and tougher. And I think Volvo was fortunate to release it at this time, because I think they're going to be a hard time for the Volvo EX30 forwards. And I'm not talking about the Smart #1 or the CQX. I've already driven the Smart #1. In some areas it's really good and better, but in some areas it's not. And then we have the CQX. I still haven't test drove that one, so that waits to be seen. But then there's a third option that newly got released, and I think that surpasses the EX30 in so many ways. But Volvo are fortunate with their timing, because that car aren't ready yet, and Volvo have it on the roads already. And the car I'm talking about are Kia EV3. When I saw the release video, my jaws just dropped. It appears to be a really awesome package for the same or less money than Volvo's EX30. And I think Volvo is going to have a hard time competing against the Kia EV3. I don't think I want to end this video by saying that if you want a EX30, then buy a Kia EV3, but it's not far from it. In exterior design, yeah, that is very subjective, what you like. I think this looks better. Yeah. Driving dynamics, haven't seen it, I haven't seen it live, I haven't driven it, so I'm not sure. But the specifications, we have a much bigger battery. The battery on 81 kilowatt hours in the Kia EV3 versus 69 here. So bigger battery means more range. And then the best thing for me are interior. And before we're jumping all the way in, yes, it doesn't charge as fast as this one. This can peak at 153 and the Kia could peak at 130. But bigger battery, okay, less charging speed, but it all depends on how the charging speed is, how the curve looks. But the interior, as I said, significantly, it looks much better. It feels much better on the eye. You have this huge screen, both the driver screen and infotainment screen. You have physical climate buttons. You have an armrest in your rear seats. Overall, it just feels much better. It has more character. It's starting to rain now, so I have to be quick and wrap up this video. But the Kia EV3, yes, it's not available right now, and the all-wheel drive are even further away. But if they can price it cheaper than this, or with enough price gap under, I think that's going to be a tough competitor for the Volvo's EX30. And honestly, in terms of interior, I think the Kia EV3 nails it. It's just significantly better. This is just minimalistic gone way too far. with this one screen layout and all the sustainability solutions with no buttons in the door for your windows, everything. I think this is just too much sustainability. If Kia EV3 can have so much as they have, one of the presenters or YouTube reviewers talked about how much Kia, oh, this seagull are getting closer and closer, talked about how much how much recycled materials Kia have used. If they can do so much recycling and sustainability, okay, they are getting pretty close now. If they can do so much, but still having such a good looking interior and also for a low price, why can't Volvo do it? Why? And also this stupid ass key fob, yeah, it's in the car. Everything feels just, I think Volvo have went too far. That's just my opinions. But remember, my own opinions, please make up your own verdict, because there's so much good, but for me, I think it's just not good enough. So I have to say goodbye to Volvo's EX30. And I think this is going to be the last video starring Volvo's EX30, unless they do something drastic or the cross-country suddenly appears again. But I hope you have enjoyed my EX30 series and also this video, even though it ended with, maybe I should end it with another note. If you want Volvo's EX30, then buy a second-hand Volvo C40. That is that will be my choice. But yeah, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and bye-bye.